Last night's game in Detroit wasn't just another loss for the Cleveland Browns. It was a wake-up call that shook the organization to its core. The offense sputtered, the defense broke down, and special teams completely unraveled after giving up a backbreaking 65-yard punt return for a touchdown. It was the kind of performance that no team can survive, especially against a hungry Lions squad on their home turf. The fallout has been brutal, and the narrative surrounding Cleveland has shifted almost overnight. The Browns are no longer a team trying to climb back into contention. They are a franchise at a crossroads, with the quarterback position right at the center of the storm. For the first time this season, respected insider Mary Kay Cabot came out swinging. She didn't mince words. In her view, the Browns can't keep pretending everything is fine. Change is inevitable, and the time for hesitation is over. Cabot revealed that Shador Sanders, the rookie quarterback many fans have been clamoring for, is now at the top of the list to start. Not Dylan Gabriel, not Joe Flacco. Shedeur, according to her, Gabriel simply doesn't command the huddle with the authority of a true leader. Sanders, on the other hand, has shown not only that he's ready for the responsibility, but that his presence could be the spark this team so desperately needs. Kevin Stefanski's post-game comments only fueled the fire. Normally reserved and careful with his words, the Browns head coach broke character and openly criticized Joe Flacco, highlighting his costly fumble and poor decision-making against Detroit. It was a rare glimpse of frustration from a coach who usually stands by his veterans. That criticism wasn't lost on anyone. For many, it was the first clear sign that Flacco's days in Cleveland may be numbered. His stat line told the story: 16 completions on 34 attempts, 184 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a fumble. The pick six in the first half set the tone. And though Flacco tried to take accountability, insisting the mistake wasn't on his receiver, Jerry Jeudy, but on him, it didn't change the outcome. This wasn't an isolated bad day. It was the continuation of a troubling pattern. Flacco himself seemed to sense the writing on the wall. After the game, he admitted, "That was on me." But the rest of his comments betrayed a man who knew he was running out of chances. In the NFL, there are no participation trophies for transparency. Fans don't want excuses. They want results. And with Flacco, those results just aren't coming. Stefanski's decision to insert Dylan Gabriel late in the game was supposed to signal that the Browns were ready to look toward the future. But according to Cabot, the real story is that Sanders has already surpassed Gabriel in the eyes of many within the organization. His performances on the scout team have been too good to ignore. His throws, whether it's a rocket into tight coverage or a feathered ball dropped over a defender, have been consistent and dynamic. He's demonstrated vision, adaptability, and a flair for sidearm releases that slip through defensive windows. Cabot painted the picture of a young quarterback who has already proven, at least in practice, that he has the tools to succeed at the highest level. And yet, Shador himself is the first to admit he's growing restless. He's said it before, and he's saying it louder now. He's not content sitting on the sidelines. Watching veterans collapse week after week while he waits for a chance to prove himself is no longer acceptable. Sanders has expressed frustration, but he's also remained confident. He knows what he brings to the table. He believes he's better than many of the quarterbacks already starting in the league, and his words aren't just bravado. They're a challenge to the Browns front office, to his coaches, and to the NFL as a whole. This frustration, though, is reaching a tipping point. If Sanders doesn't get his shot soon, the Browns could find themselves dealing with more than just on-field problems. A quarterback controversy is brewing, and it's one the franchise can no longer ignore. With fans calling for change, with media members highlighting the cracks, and with Shador himself drawing a line in the sand, the Browns are facing pressure from every angle. Mary Kay Cabot put it bluntly: the leash on Joe Flacco should already be short. Mistakes like the ones he made in Detroit are unacceptable, especially on the road. Especially against a team like the Lions. This wasn't just about bad luck or fluke plays. This was about a quarterback who no longer inspires confidence. Cleveland has to face reality. The bar for Flacco should be clean football, no giveaways, and points on the board. If he can't meet that bar, then it's time to hand the keys to someone else. That someone else, in Cabot's eyes, is Sanders. She described him as a quarterback who can vary his speed, who can thread a pass when necessary but also loft it with the right touch. His mechanics aren't just polished for his age, they're dangerous in a way that defenses have to respect. And it's not just his arm talent, it's his composure, his willingness to adjust mid-play, his confidence to take risks that others shy away from. In a league where split-second decisions make the difference between winning and losing, Sanders has shown he has the instincts to thrive. This is why the Detroit game may have been more than just another loss. It may have been the final straw. For weeks, Sanders has been patient. For weeks, the Browns have hinted but never acted. But now, after Flacco's implosion and Gabriel's underwhelming snaps, the writing is on the wall. Cleveland can't keep delaying. The longer they do, the more they risk losing Sanders, not just emotionally, but potentially to another team that would gladly give him a chance to shine. The Browns' future is on the line. Their decision at quarterback in the coming days will set the tone for the rest of the season and possibly years to come. Stick with Flacco, and they risk wasting valuable games with a quarterback whose ceiling has already been reached. Stick with Gabriel, and they risk alienating Sanders completely. Hand the reins to Shedeur, and they ignite a spark that could redefine the franchise. As frustration continues to mount, both inside the locker room and among the fan base, it's becoming harder and harder to justify keeping Sanders on the bench. Even Stefanski's subtle hints make it clear. The future is coming, and it has Shador Sanders' name on it. So, now the question lingers. Are the Browns finally ready to make the leap? Or will they continue to cling to a veteran who has already proven he can't deliver? The clock is ticking, and every misstep brings them closer to an inevitable choice. Shador Sanders has waited long enough, and Cleveland can no longer hide from the storm that's coming. What do you think? Should the Browns hand the keys to Shador Sanders right now? Or is it still too soon to throw him into the fire? Is Flacco completely finished? Or does he deserve one last shot at redemption? And with Gabriel lingering in the mix, will Sanders get the opportunity he's demanding, or will this drag out into a full-blown quarterback controversy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this